guys, welcome to my deck. I have decided that I'm going to put together a video right now on what we used and mostly what we still use because we're extreme newbies. What did we buy to start backpacking? So if you haven't watched, there's another video on the backpacks that I use. So I started out with the Osprey Aura 50, AG 50, and that's what I've used until just recently when I bought the Asia 58. So the pack weighed, I think, like 4 pounds 4 ounces for the Aura, and that's what I started out with. My husband has the Guy version of that. I'm not sure what it's called, but that maybe the Atmos, and he has a 65. So those are the ones we started out with. He really likes it. Make sure to go to REI or some other sports store that will actually measure your torso and fit the pack to you and weight it down and have you walk around the store, because it makes a huge difference. I was going for a Gregory pack. I loved everything about it till I put it on my body and they threw in some weight, and then it was like, no, my body did not like it whatsoever. I'm sorry if you can't hear me because it's windy, but I like to be outside and it's really nice and it's just beautiful. So there's a lot of gear that I have. My husband has pretty much the same stuff, and I'll tell you if he has something a little different. So when we first started, you got to start out with like the big three, right? No, we did not. We actually went on weekend backpacking camps. So we would drive our car, we would take our backpacks packed full of stuff, and we would camp for a weekend. We would go day hiking instead and come back, but we would use our packs to pack everything in, and that's what we brought with us. So when we very first started, we just used our camping gear. So we used our bag, we used the same clothes, we used the same sleeping bags that were like 6 freaking pounds for a sleeping bag. And honestly, we did that all last year. We just bought sleeping bags this year. And we just started out just with our camping gear. So we just did with what we had. We bought the packs. They were like $270 a piece. So I think mine was $240, his was $270. And that was the piece of gear we had. And we just used whatever we had in our camping tote for the rest. I'm sorry, I'm beating up my cat right now. She's just being mean to me. So we've been trying to dial in our gear and, you know, get stuff that's lighter and better quality, but you know, money, it's just an object, and it is very expensive to buy all these new things. So this is kind of where we're at now after about a year of gathering our supplies. So the first thing we bought was the packs. Then we just used our camping gear. And honestly, I still use some of it today, which is what I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna start with clothing. I am a hot hiker. I will probably hike in shorts all the time. But when I first started out, I used these like calf length yoga pants. And you want a big wide band up here because the pack sits on your hip. And if you have any kind, this expands above my hip. So the most I would have would be a little seam here and maybe this. But usually my pack sits like right here in half. So this year I had used these yoga pants as a longer version if it was cooler in the morning. But I found that like, even if I, like the next day, I have 2 pairs of clothes that I trade back and forth. So the next day I would have to put on shorts even if it's cold, and I noticed I really didn't see a difference. So these have left the building. I went to Dunham's, and Dunham's has like every kind of clothing that you can think of as far as name brands like Under Armour and Nike and all that stuff. They have this brand, I think it's called Legend. Anywho, this is what I have now. I have like these biking shorts, and they have these little dots on the side. So if you see the dots, like that's what you're looking for. And then it has this is like their logo, the Legend logo. I'm sorry, there. It's Legend and the E is backwards on it. These are the longest shorts that I could find because I do not have thigh gap at all. Like, in fact, I have like continual thigh. So these keep me from chafing where I don't need any chafe cream. They don't ride up, they stay down. They're about maybe this far above my knee, and then the rest is fine. So I have bought 2 pair of these. So this is what I wear. 1 pair when we leave, and I hike in the 1 pair, and then these are like the next day as I wash the other ones. So 2 pairs of these hiking, like biking shorts. Sports bras. I went to Walmart and I bought sports bras. This one I already had. It's okay, and it has the 2 straps. The reason why I don't like them is because there's 2 straps. You're constantly moving both straps to get it comfortable, and it's just not what I'm looking for. We have tried to go all synthetic. So when I first started, I had a lot of cotton stuff because I loved cotton. It was soft, it was warm. But when you're wet, it keeps you wet. So this was already a synthetic bra that I had in my pack, or in my wardrobe. I grabbed that. Then I went to Walmart and I actually got this brand, which I don't even think they make anymore because I tried to find another one. This is like Ryka, R-Y-K-A, and it is a very thick sports bra, and it is super comfortable. Everything in this, even the paddings in here, will help wick away moisture. And if you had to, I mean, you know, at least maybe you should know, they have holes in the sides where you actually can pull the padding out if you want to. But sometimes I hike just in this, and I can't have things protruding on cold days. That's what I'm saying. You ladies know. The men are like, sweet, yeah, and we're all like, no. So these are my 2 sports bras. I am a tank top wearer always. Like, tank top, seriously. All the time, all year round. Love tank tops, love them. I had a white tank top, off-white tank top, with a blue kind of, this is very airy. The whole front of it, you can see through, has little holes, and the back is the same way. I had this until this year, and I really love it. I'm not gonna get rid of it. It's still in, I have this little, that's what all my clothes fit in. It's just the standard one at Walmart, not the huge one. But that's all my hiking stuff, and we keep it all separate so that we know for sure that that's just our hiking and we're not looking all over. I really like this shirt. However, right in through here, it sits weird. And on my new pack, it's, the padding doesn't come down enough to stop that from rubbing. So I have ditched this. It's still, you know, like in my thing in case I want it. And I have moved to a shirt. So this is just this is the Legend brand again. It's just a nice thin actual shirt with sleeves. And I'm going to try out that for now. It's super lightweight. In fact, the bra, the underwear, the shorts, like they're a pound total. Like it's super light, and I really love it. And it's super soft. My other hiking, I'm trying to decide if I want to get rid of the tank tops because I like the 2 layers. It helps keep me warm. Plus, when it's wet, I can peel off the top layer that dries while I'm kind of internally drying the second layer. So I do have another like bluish tank top. And then I have this one, which is my favorite. And again, this one, it's a little more warm. And then it's another racer back. I hike so hot, but I really like this one. It hides a lot of dirt because of I guess the little pattern on it. But I'm just hiking in these workout clothes because that's how I roll. Underwear. Cotton underwear sucks for me. Now there's people that are like, oh, I love cotton. But when I work out, even on my treadmill, like everything is just soaking wet and like it never dries, ever. So my husband and I this year, we were just hiking in regular underwear. this year we decided to get synthetic underwear. It still has like the cotton lining, but it's synthetic, and it's like that shirt where it's lots of different holes. This is a bikini one, but it doesn't ride up. It feels like you're not wearing anything. It's like half the weight of the other regular underwear, and we have fallen in love. My husband found, he wears boxer briefs, and he found like the synthetic boxer briefs, and they're so thin, but he said that they don't ride up because he wears tighter jeans. They don't ride up during the day, and he loves them. They give him the support he needs, and he's good to go. So really look into synthetic underwear. Those ones in particular I buy for the loom for me. Okay, then I have a long sleeve shirt that I hike in, and I found this at Goodwill. Who knew? I was hunting for one forever. I'm like, I'm just gonna go to Goodwill, and I'm sorry. And then there it was, like, oh, and I was like, sweet. And this is, it's a Dan skin, so it was, you know, Walmart brand. It is a hoodie, and it is long sleeve, and it also has the thumb holes. So yay, thumb holes. I love the thumb holes. It keeps the top of your hand here warm. My hands and my feet get cold. I'm a hot hiker, but I'm always cold. Like, it's just the weirdest thing. So anyway, this is my, if it's cold, I hike in it. If I get back to camp and I've stopped hiking and then I get cold, I wear it kind of before I go to bed next to the fire. If I can't have a fire, then we go with something else, but we usually know where we're going if we can have a fire, and if we're gonna be able to build one, or if it's rainy or what have you. And then as far as for right now, we hike mostly summer, spring, fall months. We don't hike winter time at all because I'm always cold. And so I don't bring pants. Right now what I do is I have my sleeping clothes, and I will show you what I wear to sleep. And then I have this. And this is a sarong from Amazon. And I wear this all the time because I can wrap this around my legs and it makes a skirt. I can use this as if I want to lay on top of my sleeping bag. If it's like really hot during the day and the sun's beating down, I can lay on my sleeping bag and cover up with this because it's like 5 feet long. I could use it as a cover up if I ever went swimming, like in one of my sports bras or something like that. I could like use it, I can wrap it a different way to use it as a cover up. I've used it as a seat pad. I've used it, honestly, I've used it as a towel. I've used it as everything. And it's not as lightweight as some things, but it's just as much as pants, and it does so much more that I just love this. And I got black, so it matches with everything. Then I'm still on the hunt for, I want to get a Patagonia, but it's $130 for the thing that I want for like a sweatshirt, fuzzy, warm, fleecy thing. So what I have is just what I have. I found this at Goodwill again. It's Stan Herman. I don't know. It is a fuzzy, fleecy jacket. And I think I'm going to put it on right now, honestly, because the wind is just so cold. So cold. And it's a zip up. It just doesn't go well on top of something else. But anyway, it's very warm. I love it. Oh, I washed it. I love the smell of fire. But it's just a fleece jacket that I found at Goodwill, and that's what I bring with me. If it's really cold, I'll bring my coat because it's a down coat, just like my normal everyday wear coat. So it's down, and I can squish it, and it's not very heavy, but it's not ideal for backpacking. So we try to stay summery where I can just wear this in front of a campfire if that long sleeve isn't enough. And this also doubles as my second pillow. So it's super soft, and I sleep with 2 pillows. So I've been working on my sleep system and getting that dialed in for me so that I can sleep well. And yeah, so that's that. And then socks, I use a synthetic Walmart, just your run-of-the-mill, like for the loom socks. Like here's a pair right now that are probably really dirty. I try not to use ones that have like these double buttons. I use black ones normally. In fact, here's one right here. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Hanes. It's just the Hanes synthetic socks, and they are already wearing out. So like, what's nice is you get like 6 for like $6. So buck a pair. Like, that's what I use. I have hot feet all the time. They're constantly sweaty. These dry out in like 2 seconds. They don't really get super stiff, which is really nice, but we are looking more into the Darn Tough. My husband got me Darn Tough socks, but for some reason they're like super small and like looks like they fit a child, so I can't wear them. We also went to Walmart. This was before we pretty much found REI. We went to Walmart and we got a Smart Wool. I actually have 3 pairs of these Smart Wool socks. And I will bring these if I know it's going to be colder, or if I know we're going to be hiking through like if there's standing water, I will bring these as my 3rd pair of socks to keep. That way I can just warm up my feet extra when I get to camp versus they're cold and I have like nothing. I do have my sleeping stuff still, but this was the shirt that I brought before I decided because I was bringing a long sleeve shirt and then I was bringing a long sleeve sleeping shirt, and I just decided to sleep in that long sleeve shirt. But this one was again just a Dan skin, and it was a cotton blend long sleeve shirt. Can you tell I like this color? Beanie. We bring beanies if we know it's going to be colder. If it's below 40 degrees, beanies come with us. Other than that, I think the sleeping bag works fine. We have the mummy type sleeping bag. I also have like ear, because the beanie was not big enough. We bought these beanies, we're trading them out. We don't like them, they're too short. They don't, like here, so as you can see, my ears are here. So actually, this year I wore 2, and I'm all like rocking the whole, you know, oh yeah, that's how I slept. With my standard old camping sleeping bag. But anyway, you just do with what you got. Like I said, we're trying to dial in the gear a little much. So we're going to be swapping out the beanie for something else that, you know, actually fits my whole head. And getting rid of this as well. I do have pants. I didn't not buy pants, but these are just like basically they have the yoga waistband, and they are just workout pants from Walmart. They are still the slicky material. They don't fit tight to my skin. So if I needed to, I could wear shorts or something underneath, or tights, and then put these on, or just wear these. I decided not to bring these this year because the sarong basically keeps my legs warm, and it's so multifunction that this is like weighs more than the sarong does. And then we actually did camp when it was 32. So when we do, this was pre my sleeping bag, so I might not need these. Eventually I will, but winter camping, what we did was we went to Walmart, and let me see if I can find the brand that this was. This is the Climate Right. It's 86 polyester, 14 spandex, and these are thermals. They have the little thumb hole, but we ended up getting thermals as our base layer. These are pretty heavy, so we don't really, like I said, we don't winter camp. I'm sorry, I'm just not comfortable. We don't winter camp too much, but if it's going to be in the 30s, I pretty much bring those because I'm a baby and I got to have it. So that's pretty much the clothes. The majority of the time when I camp, oh wait, I'm sorry, I forgot my sleeping stuff. If I'm cold, I'll wear the long sleeve, this. At the campfire, I'll crawl into bed with it. I love that it smells like smoke. It's just wonderful. But I also do have sleeping stuff, and it's just minimal. In fact, I have an extra pair of undies just in case, and I have fuzzy socks that I sleep in. I usually don't bring these merino ones unless we're, again, the colder. I have like almost winter camping and other, I guess, really extreme fall camping. The fuzzy socks work fine for me. In fact, I kick them off pretty much in the middle of the night anyway. And then that's the only thing in my sleeping thing. Like I said, I'll either wear one of the tank tops I have, like I'll just take it off at camp and just be, you know, in my sports bra, and then take off the sports bra and throw on the shirt. But like I said, if I'm cold, I'll wear one of these. I put on my fuzzy socks. I usually change into a new pair of underwear, just so I can let both air out. And then I have just a little pair of shorts. These, they were from like Family Dollar, seriously. And they're the slicky material again. But because I use this, let me see if I can find it. Yep, here it is. I use the Tinkle Bell. These shorts are short enough that I can pull them aside like I do a normal, like a swimsuit, and I don't have to undress. I'm pretty much undressed anyway. Or I can wrap my sarong around and leave the opening and then still go to the bathroom. So that's what I use. This, underwear, fuzzy socks, and whatever shirt that I'm wearing. That's my little sleep stuff. And I tried keeping the shorts on, you know, and sleeping in that, or just undies, and I'm just not comfortable with that. I have to have shorts. Like, it's just weird. I know that I'm weird. So I'm going to try to set this off to the side a little bit. So that's the clothing. I have the Nemo Disco 15 sleeping bag. This is, it's a regular, it's not anything special, but it is rated as a comfort rating, which is important, at 15 degrees. I wish I could have got a 0, but that was just even more money, and it was already like $700 for us to buy sleeping bags for the two of us, so. But this is a good sleeping bag. We just bought it this year. I love it to death. I will do a separate video on this sleeping bag. It is so freaking comfortable. Sleeping bag, clothes, Tinkle Bell. Out of all the gear, this is the most important gear to me to have. I'm gonna pull down my pants and squat in the middle of a trail, and if you're walking by, oh well. I'm not that kind of girl. I'm sorry, this is running extremely long. Let me just do a part 2.